Hi viewers, my name is Sirisha. Welcome to my channel Dream Life Diaries. This is the 10th video in my 30-day weight loss series with intermittent fasting and fitness routine. Today's workout plan is focused towards relieving menstrual cramps and diet plan is focused towards iron-rich foods to prevent anemia. If you like the video, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon next to it to receive notifications for the upcoming videos. Today I practiced 21 rounds of Surya Namaskar and then few asanas that help relieve menstrual cramps. These asanas are very effective and if practiced regularly during periods along with breath cues, they give a great relief from cramps and menstrual pain. Always start the workout with warm-up. Place the feet 2 to 3 feet apart, toes pointing forward. Exhale, bend the left knee and sit low on your left toes. And stretch the right leg, keeping the right knee straight. Keep the fingertips on the floor for the support. Inhale, come back. Exhale, bend the right knee and sit low on the right toes. And stretch the left leg, keeping the knee straight. Let's do it 4 more times on each side. Second warm-up. Extend the hands towards ceiling, push your hips forward, inhale and bend backwards. Exhale, bend forward from your hips. Try to place the fingertips on the mat or keep your palms on the shin. Keep your knees soft. Let's do it 4 more times. Inhale, bend backwards as much as possible. Exhale, bend forward. And release. After the warm-up, practice 21 rounds of Surya Namaskar. For the detailed Surya Namaskar workout with instructions, click on the suggestion card above or check out the link in the description. You can start with 5 rounds of Surya Namaskar and then slowly increase it to 11, 21, 54 and then 108 rounds of Surya Namaskar. With regular practice of Surya Namaskar, you will get maximum health benefits and mental stability. The benefits of Surya Namaskar include strengthening spine, regulating blood sugar levels and blood pressure, improving metabolism, ensuring regular menstrual cycles, and calming down body and mind. Now let's practice few asanas that help relieve menstrual cramps. Sit down and extend legs forward. Bend the right knee and place the right foot closer to the left thigh. Inhale here. Exhale, bend forward and hold the left foot with both the hands, if possible. Or place your hands on the shin or wherever reachable. Stay here for 20 seconds. Do not hold your breath. Keep breathing. Let's practice on the other side. Bend the left knee and place the left foot closer to the right thigh. Inhale here. Exhale and bend forward. Hold the right foot with both the hands if possible or place your hands on the shin or on the knee. Janu Shirshasana. Stay here for 20 seconds. And release. From here, place the foot soles touching each other and sit in Baddha Konasana. Interlock your fingers and hold your toes with your fingers loosely. Now flap your knees to loosen your hips. Do it for 20 times. When you're done, exhale and bend down as much as possible. Stay in this posture for 20 seconds. And then slowly release. Lie down on your back. Place your hands under your body. Inhale and lift your legs 90 degrees up. Try not to bend your knees. Supta Dandasana. Stay here for 20 seconds. From Supta Dandasana, bend your knees and hug them close to the chest. Exhale and hug them close to the chest. Pavana Muktasana. Stay here for 20 seconds. From Pavana Muktasana, place your hands in T shape. Inhale here, exhale and drop your knees to the right side and look to the other side. Jatara Parivartasana. Stay here for 20 seconds. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Exhale and drop them to the other side. Stay here for 20 seconds. And then finally rest in Shavasana for 3 to 4 minutes. Today I had wheatgrass juice mixed with orange juice after the workout. Wheatgrass juice should be consumed on an empty stomach. It has lot of health benefits. It's an excellent source of iron and has significant effect on blood hemoglobin levels and helps cure anemia. Regular consumption of this juice works wonders for the skin too. It works as an antioxidant and helps with anti-aging. So how do I make this wheatgrass and orange juice? You can have plain wheatgrass juice, but it tastes better with the orange juice added to it. I used pressed juicer to make this wheatgrass orange juice. I just stuff in the wheatgrass into the inlet, and there are two outlets to this pressed juicer, one to collect the juice and the other one to collect the pulp. If you don't have a pressed juicer, add the wheatgrass and oranges to the blender jar and blend it and then strain the juice. I'm done making the wheatgrass juice. Even though the quantity seems to be less, it is very strong and concentrated. Let's add some orange juice to it. Keep adding the orange pieces to the inlet and start rotating the lever. And the juice gets collected from one of the outlets. When you're done, mix both the juices. For the detailed recipe, check out the link in the description. You can actually grow wheatgrass very easily at home in 8 to 10 days. For the detailed video with instructions on how to grow wheatgrass and how to harvest it, please click on the suggestion card above or check out the link in the description. I had poha and some sprouts for my breakfast today. Poha is a wholesome food. It's packed with iron, rich in fiber, a good source of antioxidants and essential vitamins. You can also add some vegetables like potato, carrot, peas and nuts like cashews, groundnuts to make it more nutritious. Sprouts are powerhouse of lot of nutrients. Let's check out some of the benefits of it. Sprouts are excellent source of iron and help prevent anemia. Because of the high fiber content, they make you feel full for longer and avoid overeating. Sprouts are powerhouse of lot of nutrients and help boost immunity. They contain enough vitamin C, which is considered to stop hair fall and promote hair growth. So how do I make these sprouts? I've taken 1 bowl of green moong and 1 bowl of chana dal. Wash and soak them overnight. This is the sprout maker I use to make the sprouts. It has 2 trays. I use one for green moong and the other one for chana dal. Drain all the water completely and place the yellow moong in one of the trays. Do the same with chana as well. And make sure that these red filters are one on top of the other. Close the lid and keep it aside for 36 hours. You can see that both green moong and chana dal are well sprouted. For the detailed recipe, click on the suggestion card above or check out the link in the description. Drink 1 to 2 liters of water between the first and the last meal in any form, be it buttermilk, fruit juice, coconut water, milk or soups. Today I had coconut water and a bowl of dry fruit mix. I make my own dry fruit mix. It contains almonds, walnuts, pista, raisins and dates. Today I had barnyard millet with dal and double beans curry for my dinner. I added amaranthus leaves to the dal. Amaranthus leaves are rich in iron and help prevent anemia. In fact, you can add any leafy green vegetable to your dal to make it iron rich. Double beans again rich in protein, fiber, iron and vitamins. I usually eat many varieties of millets and barnyard millet is one of them. Let's check out some of the benefits of it. Barnyard millet is rich in iron. It's a great source of protein. It's very rich in fiber and very low in calories. All the foods discussed today are rich in iron and needs to be consumed regularly to prevent anemia, especially during periods to regain the iron content and hemoglobin levels. I have mentioned all the links to the workouts recipes in the description. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up, share it with your family and friends and add your comments to the comment section below. And do not forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon next to it to receive notifications for the upcoming videos. Thank you.